right, welcome back to Creep It Weird. I'm Natty, and with me, as always, is
Liz.
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 You're
So nice.
You're probably a lot sweeter and a lot nicer than me. We've already established that I'm a bitch, so it is what it is. I just have a very dry sense of humor sometimes, and I'm not necessarily always social. I'm like the most antisocial social person you'll ever meet.
I feel like my personality fluctuates so much. I can be either a super bitch, super nice, super outgoing, and then super reserved. I don't think I'm a straight one thing.
So I'm bipolar, so I kind of got you covered on that one.
I
That's literally how my brain works.
I very much feed off the energy of the person I'm with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Feel that.
And
feel
that
that 100%.
changes me a lot.
Yeah. It's like I tell people all the time, I'm like, if I don't like you, it's because you did something. It's not a me problem. It's a you problem. Because I
Exactly.
give everybody the benefit of the doubt when we first meet. And then usually all it takes is one oops and we're done.
And when I'm done with someone, I am done. And I just learned that was a Libra trait. I didn't know that was one of my traits, but to me, you don't exist. Once I'm done with you, I'm walking past a shadow.
Yep. I'm the same way. And we are the same, which is funny because we're so different, yet we're the same. Some things you just can't change. But I thought it was interesting that you brought a little conspiracy to the table last week, and I had already planned to do chemtrails.
Ooh.
So I've actually been seeing a lot of posts. I've been sitting on this one for a while, but I've been seeing a lot of posts on social media about how back in the day people didn't notice there weren't as many chemtrails in the sky or anything like that. It was just clear skies or clouds. There was no lines of clouds through everything, and people are starting to notice it more so now than they used to. And it's been happening a lot in social media, so I figured I would bring it up.
I feel like stuff in the sky, it's either a hit or miss because not everybody is looking up in the sky. You have to have one person, but now on social media, one person can see it and then share it, then everyone looks up. But most people, when they walk down the street, you're just looking or driving or looking at your phone.
Which is another thing, too, is with the phones that come out, you see a lot less reports of like UFOs and stuff, like lights in the sky and things. And I'm wondering if part of that is because nobody's looking up anymore. Everybody's so consumed with their phones that nobody's paying attention.
Yeah.
I'll get you on that alien talk there. Now that you're on board.
I so am.
But all right. So in the 21st century, we obviously all race. We've been conditioned to rely on electronics through majority of our daily routines, from calendars to Zoom meetings to social media to just the classic doom scroll. And no wonder it takes us no chance at all to forget about what's in the sky, which we just talked about. So city folk are used to occasionally seeing jet airliners Steve Miller Band wrote about years before, whereas country bumpkins like us are more likely to witness these things that are, for those of you who don't know, it's called a crop duster. It's a small plane that shoots stuff out over fields. Okay. Now, not many of us notice the crafts that we think about, and they could be spreading chemicals and disease from the safety of their cockpits. So there's a little bit of, we don't know exactly what's going on here. But we're going to get on the topic of chemtrail specifically. So for those unfamiliar, a chemtrail is defined as a visible trail left in the sky by an aircraft. Many believe that the streaks in the sky are simply water vapor, but there are those who contemplate a more sinister path of reasoning. These rumors have been circulating since the prime birthing period of conspiracy theories, the Cold War. Of course, everything starts in the Cold War. However, fact of fiction or fiction during this time period is reported that the British government performed 750 mock chemical warfare attack maneuvers on the public. Mock chemical warfare attacks happened in Britain, and these exposed thousands of the population to be involuntarily exposed to zinc cadmium sulfide. This chemical is a fluorescent and inorganic compound consisting of 80% zinc, 20% cadmium sulfide that has been fused at increased temperatures. Oddly enough, these chemicals, however, were used in many disbursement tests in the 50s and 60s as a tracer component. So they would actually use these as tracers. We're back to involuntary stuff.
And how does it trace? You'd go to the doctors and they'd be like, "Oh, they have that in
I
there," or would
think
you glow, or like what?
uh,
What?
so what I understood it as was you could probably view it from some sort of system. I don't know if it's I feel like UV light, you can see certain things under UV light that you can't see under regular light. That's how I took it as.
Because I know there was like, I'm gonna be really wrong with the year, but there've been cases where to tell how old a person is, they've tested the dentist has looked at their teeth and seen certain chemicals, and if it's, like, this
Yeah.
far down, they'll be like, "Oh, they were probably this age because they were doing these testings." I'm wondering if it's like a dentist type thing or if it's
I
like a
mean,
doctor.
maybe. I guess it could be. I don't know.
What the hell, are we just guinea pigs?
We are just guinea pigs. We're just the cattle of the government's farm.
Seriously.
But in 1975, some of the CIA experiments were brought to light in a string of Senate Church Committee hearings. The Wall Street Journal's coverage reported that, quote, open air tests of biological agents were conducted 239 times, end quote.
I'm sorry, do you know that we just talked about the church committee hearings?
That's what's so funny. When you said that, I was like, this is great. I wasn't going to say anything. But during these tests, there was 1 death and 11 hospitalizations as a result of the people being exposed to the chemicals. Since the 50s, one area in particular that underwent a lot of secret tests were conducted by U.S. military in San Francisco Bay Area. In 2004, the San Francisco Chronicle stated, quote, Army tests showed that the bacterial cloud had exposed hundreds of thousands of people in broad swath of Bay Area communities, end
Girl,
quote.
we just talked about this. This is so
Yeah.
weird because we're recording back to back, just so you know. So she didn't have time to change any of the notes, but it's just so funny that you're talking about all the stuff we were just talking about.
Yep. Yep. Chemtrails also made an honorable mention in the 2021 conspiracy that circulated throughout Facebook that Joe Biden had somehow manipulated the weather using strategic chemtrails. For those who have the video, oh my gosh, for those of you who have the video tier, you're welcome for getting that look on Melissa's face.
I'm just picturing him falling off the bike as he's
Yeah.
calculating that.
One example that is said to have created actual evidence, was Bill Nichols of Southwest Arkansas's vision was drawn to some rather wow, that was interesting, appearing to be anything but ordinary. He stated that unlike a normal chemtrail, these clouds did not dissipate. Now my cat's in my business.
Yeah, I'm seeing a
Instead,
tail.
the hazy sheet slowly dropped to the ground. It was at that point the interview that Nichols raised a jar of fluid, claiming that it was the result of his attempt to collect rainwater. This was either incredibly inconvenient or ridiculously right timing. So this is my thing. You're just conveniently out there to catch this tainted water that's coming down.
This all goes back to your blood rain, how you wanted to collect all the blood. And I said I'd be hiding in the church and you're going to be sitting out there trying to get little cupfuls for testing.
Yep, exactly. So this guy knew where it was at. And Mr. Nichols agreed to KSLA News 12 request a stagnant sample be sent off to see what caused the unusual appearance. Results uncovered 6.8 parts per mil, or ppm, or I really broke this down, 6,800 micrograms per liter, according to Google conversion on barium. So to put that into perspective,
It was barium?
Yeah, a normal reading would have shown levels of 0.22 or 1.2 micrograms per liter. And this one had 6,800. So a little bit off. Better idea, put it this way, it's 3 times the toxic amount established by the EPA.
And they're just spraying it. For what?
Yep. Exactly. That's the thing. Nobody has a good answer for it.
But who actually, I'm just going to let you talk. Then we'll talk
No,
about it
you're
after.
fine. You're fine. Go ahead, because I'm almost to the end of my notes already, and we're only at like 10 minutes. So we're
But
gonna have to.
who technically sanctioned all of this?
So my assumption would be the government, because my thing is the ones that they got busted on were government ones. So it was like they got proven that they were running these tests. There was one in Britain that was what, 750 different times, and then the other one they interviewed said that was 239 here in the States.
But they went from zinc to barium.
It was a combination. Yeah, there was the first one was zinc and what was it? Gosh dang it. Hold on, I'm going to go look up here. Cadmium sulfide and zinc. And then the second one, when they tested it, it was barium. But one thing I thought was crazy was, so exposure to such high levels of barium could result in abdominal cramps, nausea and vomiting, diarrhea, numbness around the face, breathing difficulties, muscle weakness, and increased or decreased blood pressure.
Sounds almost like COVID.
Yeah, and they're saying that barium is a telltale sign of chemtrail testing. So my thing is what's the purpose in putting barium out there?
Unless they're trying to see if they can poison certain groups of people without them noticing, so then they can use it on enemies later is the only thing I'm thinking. But why use us as test subjects?
Why not?
Yeah, that's true.
You got to use what you got, right? You can't really monitor if you're using it outside country lines.
Yeah, and if they do it that way, like, basically the evidence disappears. It's like if you wanna kill someone with a ice pick and then the thing will melt, and then
Yep.
boom, this just, like, dissipates in the atmosphere, and then they're like, "What? Wasn't me. What are you talking about?"
Yeah, show me the evidence. Show me the murder weapon. But that's one thing too, is I don't know what all the different uses are for it. Let me see here.
For barium?
Yeah.
I just think of it as in X-rays. I'm sure it has many other uses, but I don't know what.
Uses for barium. Yep. X-ray, radio contrast agent, a drilling fluid additive for oil or gas industry, and colorant in fireworks. So
Oh,
that would make sense if you're wanting to mark something and then go back and find it later. That'd probably be where the tracing factor comes in. It probably has something to do with that, because you'd be able to see it under certain types of imaging. Not
just like
sure I
the
agree
radium
with it,
girls, just straight
but
glowing.
yeah, get like, what is that? The uranium glass that you can find every now and then when you go to like a nice yard sale, and they've got that awesome glass that you can't tell is glow in the dark till you take a UV light to it. That amazes me too. But my thing is a lot of times people want to say, oh, it's just crop dusters. Like around here, we had a bunch of cornfields and bean fields, and they're like, oh, they're just putting something into the field, like a pesticide or some kind of fertilizer, or some chemical that is, I'm sure it's great to be on your food anyway. Um, but a lot of people write it off as that, and they don't think anything of it.
We have a lot of mosquito spraying. Some towns will get, I don't know, what are the mosquito viruses that have come out? The
Oh,
triple E, the whatever. I feel like
yeah.
there's one every few years, but when there's an outbreak of that, then, like, whole towns or cities around here will just have a plane spraying something down, but you don't know what it actually is, but they're just
I
going
didn't
around the
know
town
that. They do
spraying
that?
it, and then the mosquitoes are all still there, so they're not killing them, so I don't know what the hell they're doing to us.
That's scary. Maybe you're like a drop zone. You're like ground zero for this. All right. So don't go wherever the hell Miss Liz lives, because apparently you're going to be getting doused with chemical agents of a mysterious variety.
Because the
Yeah. I
bugs are
just,
still here after. It's not like the mosquitoes, less of them. They're all still here.
you don't think it's any less?
After they spray, no.
I'm just not seeing how you could spray for bugs and the bugs are still there. I do know that you can get your home treated, like your yard and stuff like that, to keep them out. I've never had anybody do it, so I don't know if it works, but
I get mine treated.
Does it work?
Yeah. They have chemical and then they have the all natural. I do the all natural because I feel like if I walk in the grass outside and bring it in the house, even though I don't wear my shoes in the house, I don't want the cats to get any sickness off of it. My cats rule my life.
Well, sometimes they say it's just vapor, like just steam coming off of the aircraft, but I'm not even sure that's necessarily great either. Are they supposed to do that?
Then you're just getting emissions. That's not any
Yeah,
better.
I know. I was just like, I'm not sure that the plane's supposed to be smoking.
Yeah. I wouldn't think so either. That
I mean,
doesn't
at least
sound
it's
like
not
something
black
good.
smoke. It's not like your engine's blown or something.
Yeah. What are the theories of what it is? Because there has to be like internet theories.
So the theories are just that they're dousing us with something, but nobody's been able to tell me what that something is. I can't figure out. Let's see here.
I was looking it up and it said contrails. Some people think they could be contrails or condensation trails, which are streaks of condensed water vapor created in the air by the airplane or rocket at high altitude.
Oh, that was one of the big things. So one of the biggest things that they had that they thought it was used for was to control the weather. So solar radiation management and weather control, which is what they were saying, I guess to either you could cause natural disasters, you could eliminate natural disasters. Another thing too is like you said with the LSD, they're thinking that they're dousing people with drugs to try to control the population in that area.
Douse me with something that makes my back not hurt.
Right? Can you get some oxy down here? We could use some oxy down here. We're old. Get us the good stuff. Don't go on that half-ass shit either. Give us the whole stuff. But yeah, a lot of people think that that's the case. There's some kind of like mind control, something another that's coming down to get in the system. Because you got to think if it's coming down, if it doesn't hit you, it's going to get into the ground, it's going to get into the water supply, and then
Mhm.
everyone's going to have it. Like here, like one town over, there's a big lake, and the lake feeds the water. Like when the lake is really grimy, it makes the water taste disgusting in the town because it's all linked together. It's gross. But thankfully, I'm not drinking that water. I'm not sure my water's much better, but I've not grown a third eye yet. So I guess there's that. But another thing, too, is that they think that it spreads diseases or viruses. So it'd be like somebody coming through and dropping some special strain of the flu or COVID or whatever.
Yeah, because that's huge money for big pharma, no
Yeah.
matter what
So
it is.
a lot of times those are the big ones, either the weather control, which I think is crazy. I can see how we're so have you seen the Twister movies?
I haven't.
Ah. So in theory, the second Twister movie that just came out, it was this lady's building this contraption and she's putting this combination of whatever materials in it. So whenever there's a big tornado, they release this into the air and it kills the tornado because
Okay.
it eliminates the wind speed or it does something about it and it stops the hot and cold air and makes a spiral and all that stuff. So it changes the atmosphere inside the tornado and dissipates it, is the whole concept. But you could do that. You could bring on rain if you needed rain, I assuming, with it pouring out at certain times. I'm not sure how exactly it would work, but that is the one of the biggest things. That was like one of the original ones. And then I think with all the MK Ultra stuff that we actually ironically just talked about, I think then it creeped its way into the conspiracy itself.
I never saw that, but on Phineas and Ferb, I know Dr. Doofenshmirtz made some kind of weather contraption. I think it was a raininator.
A raininator?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen any Phineas and Ferb.
Yep, maturity only over here. Yeah, but it is so crazy how much the government has done
Yeah, it's
to us, so I wouldn't put anything past them right now.
I can totally see a disease or virus being spread that way. So we used to play this game. This is how I am. There was this game, and I'm trying to remember what it was called, but you could pick a bacteria, a virus, or something, and you had to change how the virus, you had to do variants of it to see if you could spread and wipe out the whole planet.
What game was this?
I can't remember what it's called, but I used to play it all the time on my laptop. I was really good at it.
Oh, I meant you and your friends sat around and were like, "All right, we have this. What are
No,
we gonna do?"
no, like so you pick bacteria and then you'd put heat resistant, and you would drop your patient zero would be in Africa. And then as it spreads through Africa, as it grows and you infect all these people, then you get more points. So then it'd be like, okay, I want to be transmitted by cough. And so then it would spread even more. And then it's like by rats, and then it would spread even more. And then the cold resistant, and then antibiotic resistance. And so you could pick all these different things. You could go all these different levels. So you'd be like heat resistant number 2, heat resistant number 3, or like cold resistant. Because you got to hit the whole population. You wipe everyone out, and then that's how you win the game.
I was playing Mario. You were trying to kill the world.
Well, there's that. I actually just found, so my other half got me this little gaming thing. I wish I could remember what it was called, but it looks like an old Game Boy, and it's got hundreds and hundreds of old games. You can do Super Nintendo games, Game Boy Color, art, excuse me, arcade games, Nintendo 64.
That's the one I have, and that is my favorite.
And yeah, so you can play all these. And so I found, like, I'm playing right now, I'm playing Pokemon Silver from the Game Boy. So I've been on a kick with that, but I totally forgot where we got. Oh, gaming. That's what I was like, how did we get here?
Yeah, on my Nintendo 64, I go hard on Tetris. If anyone ever wants to challenge me, that and Mario Kart. I like.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I used to do Mario Kart. I really liked the old 007 GoldenEye.
I never really played that. I think we had it, but it was one that I'd never use.
Me and my brothers would play the shit out of that. My brother and I, we were constantly playing that game. He would always kick my ass. He was like a gaming whiz, and then I was just kind of there. I had to try really hard to work at it, and he'd give all like the ins and outs and secrets and win. It was insane. He's always been very good at that.
Me and my brother are beyond competitive. So if one has a high score in a game, the other one will not stop until we beat the other score. And this is how our life is and continues to be.
That's how we were. But then we'd always play. It's like I always wanted to be on the same team, but you could never be on the same team. You had to go against each other. But I was like, gosh dang it. I was like, I just want you on my team so we could both annihilate everyone and not annihilate each other. Because then we just end up pissed at each other the whole time. Because we come around the corner, also to get hit with the golden gun. You're like, shit. But yeah, so there's all these different things out there. I'm with you. I can't believe the government's allowed to get away with what they get away with. If you're listening to this, definitely go check out last week's MK Ultra episode, because we got a lot further in depth, I think, in there. But yeah, I know it's a shorty, but it's all I got, so it's what it is.
It's freaking weird knowing that they're just dropping whatever they want on us, and we're just like, what can we do?
And there's nothing we can do. We just have to sit there and hope to God it's nothing horrible.
Hopefully it's a painkiller.
Yeah, hopefully. From my experience, well, maybe it's because I don't go outside. Maybe if I went outside more often and got doused with the liquid painkiller, maybe I would feel a little better. But that's not the case thus far.
I know. As a redhead, I'm petrified of the sun. I got one good burn this year, and now I'm hiding from it after that.
Yeah, I've not been outside hardly at all.
I watch my hours. I don't go out between 11 and 2. And if I do, it's to the car, and that's it. Because I fry.
Gingers unite.
You do.
I did go for a walk the other night. It was nice.
At night, though, you have to wait until the sun calms down a little bit. Because if you go out during those scary hours.
Yeah, you're basically crispy lobster.
Yeah. Pretty much.
But yeah, so that's all I have. I guess I'd like to know what everybody else thinks they are. So if you're listening and you have a thought on what it is, leave it in the comments or send it over. Questions, concerns, any requests that you have for topics, you can send that over to creepitweirdpodcast@gmail.com. We're on all the social medias. I really got to get on there and start posting more. I've been sucking it up lately. I'm apologizing. We really need to get on there and start posting more because we got to start there. We've got a very small thing going.
Yeah, we both are trying to figure this whole thing out. We'll get there.
Yeah. We'll get there eventually. We're both starting new jobs. We got things going on. It's just getting kind of crazy, but you got anything else?
That's it.
All right, don't forget to like, share, leave a review, and don't forget to creep it weird. See ya.
Bye.